Okay, welcome everybody. This may be a little bit different for some of you. I want to, who subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of viewers coming from a lot of different backgrounds. Those that are coming from Corbett's channel who watch his feeder flash. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to review and try and do this every day. I cover a lot of different futures products, but today we're right here on this video. We're going to talk about the live cattle futures, and I also will do the feeder cattle futures. So for those of you that are from Corbett's channel and the feeder flash, as I said, welcome. We're going to quickly review here where I think the live cattle futures pricing is going to go, and then look out for another video coming out for the feeder cattle. Okay, for those that don't follow cattle, well, I'm in Texas, and of course I follow cattle down here in Texas, but for those that don't, okay, you might want to follow it. For those of you who put a steak on your table, well, now you know where it comes from, okay? All right, let's get into this. This is the live cattle futures for the December contracts. And the contracts that are in and around December, the pricing is going to be kind of similar, okay? The symbol is LE, okay? So look at the top chart here in the upper right-hand corner. You can see the pricing lately has been, hanging around the 127 to 130, 131 area for like the last, month or so, okay? This blue line right here, for those that don't really know technical analysis, that's okay. I'm going to help you out, okay? This blue line is what we call a 50-day moving average, all right? And a lot of different products, including live cattle, okay, and even feeder cattle, will trade in and around this 50-day moving average. Right now, it's trading above it, okay? So we would expect prices to continue to be, above this until we see a price trend going in the other direction, okay? Now, right now, it's kind of close to the 50-day moving average, kind of just moving sideways with a little bit of an upward bias, okay? Just a little bit. Now, I want you to come down to the very bottom of this screen you're looking at here in this video. Way over here in February, you can see this called the Amplitude Percent. And I won't dive too deep into this, but basically it just keeps track of the distance from the price, between the bottom of the price of a candlestick that we're using here down to the 50-day moving average, okay? And you'll notice back there in February, between kind of the middle of February, things got red hot. That's because the price got way above the 50-day moving average. See how far it was above the 50-day moving average? Well, when we start to see things like that, it suggests that, keep an eye out for a price decline, okay? Which did happen from about maybe like the third week of February or so. I'm sorry, maybe second week of February. It tracked down all the way and came down. And notice how it touched the 50-day and then bounced back up. And then, of course, things cooled off on this indicator that we're looking at. So why am I mentioning that? Because let's look over here where we're at today in the far right. You can see we're not red hot, right? We're just kind of white and yellow. So price is not too far removed from the 50, okay? So I wouldn't expect some huge dramatic price decline at this time. It looks like prices are just kind of moving sideways and maybe just going up just a little bit, okay? So for those that are interested in prices, maybe you're hedging your cattle, or you're watching the video, you just want an idea of where prices are going to be, because obviously y'all making your living off of cattle, right? Well, obviously right now we're around the 130 to 131 range, and it looks like, at least the immediate future, that prices are kind of just stalling right in this area. They might go a little bit higher, okay? This indicator down here, we call this the MACD. It's looking very sideways right now, okay? But we do have some indication right here on the Stochastic Momentum Index that says be on the lookout for a possible price decline. This indicator tells us, these dots tell us that there could be a divergence going on between the indicator and pricing. So what does that mean? Pricing's going up a little bit overall, as we can tell, right? But the indicators are suggesting that future pricing may be trending down, okay? There's a little bit of that going on here too. All right, so something just to keep in the back of your mind, that it's possible that prices may start to taper off here a little bit. They may begin to taper off, but we'll keep an eye on that. Right now, we don't really know that for sure. This indicator here is kind of a long-term, long-sweeping, kind of keeps track of pricing on long-term, okay? And right now, it's flatlined with some indication that we might get a pullback in pricing, okay? Now, I don't really track the live cattle hourly because the trading hours, for the futures, as you all know that are keeping track, the trading hours are different than a lot of other products. But at the moment, just over the last few hours between yesterday and today, you can see cattle price, the live cattle futures price came from a high of 132, came down and touched the 50-hour. Now we're looking at the 50-hour, not the 50-day, okay? And you can see these last 2 hours here, and it's still trading as of right now. I'm in Texas, so Central Time, and just looking at my phone real quick here. Looking at my phone real quick for the time, it's a little bit after afternoon, 12:15 here, lunchtime. So this must be the 11 and 12 o'clock hour. You can see pricing just stalled because I'm pretty sure, let's see, end of day. Yeah, end of day is at 1 o'clock for the futures market. Okay. So this session is about to come to close in about an hour or so. It'll be over. So typical to see price kind of stall sometimes near the end of the day. But at the moment, I would expect, unless price, just over the next day or two, for those that are interested, and I'll finish up the video with this, for the next day or two, next 2 sessions or so, if price stays above this 50 and doesn't pierce below like we see back here, right? If it stays above this blue line, and for those who want to know what that blue line is, here's the price, 130.5. Okay, that's a key price. Okay, that is what we would call a support. Okay, the price would find support at 130.5. So those that are really want to know about your live cattle prices, 130.5 at the moment would be what we call support. Okay, if it breaks below that, then we can readdress that and talk about that in tomorrow's video. Okay, but for right now, I would think that we're going to find support right there because it looks like we're bottoming here a little bit. Okay, looks like we're bottoming, and I would expect price to bounce off that a little bit. All right, so I think we're going to find some support at 130.5, kind of a bottomish looking thing going on there, and then maybe a little bit of a price rebound going into the next day or 2 or 3. Okay, all right, guys, hope you really enjoyed the video. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Please click the thumbs up button because I really appreciate that. And there's a little bell there, so click the bell to be notified of all the videos as I put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.